god. The screen goes black, but the audio is playing. Trying to navigate this the best way that I can. Hi, and welcome back to another vlog. My name is Taylor, founder and designer of NYGC by Taylor, or Not Your Grandma's Crochet, and today is Wednesday, August 2nd. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Taylor, why didn't you start the vlog on Monday or maybe even August 1st? And let me tell you, girls and boys, I have been a busy lad. Monday was crazy because for the magazine, I was at a golf tournament for 6 hours, and then I had to do some other stuff that night. And then yesterday was also magazine heavy, but I was also just kind of like trying to get my life back in order. Maybe I'll show a better clip of this later in the vlog, but I'm back on my planning game for most of the summer. Honestly, I'll like start my planner at the beginning of the week, like I'll, you know, like write out all the days of the week or whatever, and I don't actually use it. So my goal for this month is to actually make use of my planner. We're on day 2 and so far so good. So we're checking things off. It was important not only because of just all my responsibilities between the magazine and my mom's other company, but also I was kind of just letting NYGC be NYGC for the summer, and now I want to be a little bit more aggressive again about just being consistent on my social medias, consistently crocheting, all those things, and organizing everything. My brain was obviously not working. So yesterday I kind of like sat down and figured out how I'll be uploading YouTube videos, because as of today I haven't uploaded a video since maybe like May 20th or something. As of today, you guys still don't, like, YouTube hasn't seen my footage from launching my debut collection. So I've been massively slacking in that area, but also just in terms of like figuring out Meta Business Suite so that I can start making sure that I'm spending time on Facebook and Instagram. TikTok I'm always pretty consistent with, just because as much as I don't want it, I don't like the fact that it's the easiest. It really is the easiest, like, because it is short form video, and I can also do like longer chattier things. It just is like on a day that I feel cute or I already have clips, I can just post a clip to some sound, or if I have something to say, I can talk for 3 minutes. It just is easy, and I'm trying to make it so that Instagram feels like slightly less work by maybe not necessarily posting as often as every day like I had been, but posting consistently. So that's, oh, and I also set up my Pinterest. So my goal for this month is to post nearly every day on TikTok. I'm just kind of like whenever I want to post in. 4 days a week on Instagram. I guess I should put it here. 4 days a week on Instagram, and every day on Pinterest, as well as Sundays on YouTube, and then a short before every Sunday upload. So that's my posting schedule for a month. If I can be consistent with that, then we can talk about upping it or moving things around for September. Now it's time to actually start crocheting things. In the last vlog, I don't really remember how I ended off. I know that I've been pretty productive getting things done. I still feel pretty solid about this collection. I'm undecided about the top to go with the mini skirt, but let's finally finish this cardigan, and we have a few other things to work on, but we'll get to that. We're in the evening. I need to like do an edit. The evening try on corner. So you know what that means. I still need to add the buttons, but I think I'm just gonna wait until I make the already. It's literally, I need to add the buttons, but I'm just gonna wait until I make the timed sample, which will be in that beautiful orange color. Oh my god. the whole time I was making this, I was thinking to myself, if I was like a really good crochet girly, I would probably block this. I'm not gonna do that, but maybe someone would. Anyways, here's what I literally love, that it's like at the perfect length that like I'm this far away and you can't see the bottom yet. Like if I get on my tippy toes, you can start to see the bottom. It like perfectly covers up my butt. The sleeves fit perfectly. Even if this is on your shoulder, it still does that thing that I know girls love, where it like kind of comes over your hands. I really like the slits. I think it adds a nice bit of separation. Oh, I did end up sewing the collar down just because I should do it on my tied up cardigans, and it definitely like helps with you not having to fix it a bunch. I think I might potentially, for the orange one, bring the collar down slightly. It's a little bit too high for my liking, but it's not like worth redoing or anything. Now when I do add the buttons, I'm thinking I want them to be like maybe 1, 2, 3, and then this is just open, like right above, right after your belly button, it would just be open. Those are my thoughts. So yeah, I'm going to see Oppenheimer tomorrow, and I think I might wear this because it'll be nice and warm, and I love. Oh, and the other thing is, I won the game of yarn chicken. I obviously still have more yarn. I have like 5 more balls of yarn, but I still need to make a skirt and a top. So yeah, that's the update. Extremely happy with how this turned out, and happy that she can now go on the rack of joy. So happy to have that checked off the list. I have been working on that for maybe about a week. This next project though, would you believe me if I told you I've been working on it since last September? The story goes that I was going to include this bikini top just as a bralette top, because that's how I plan on like selling it and like showcasing it, also not just to be worn as a bikini. And I started on it, and I got all the way to like finishing the bottom part. I didn't put the ties on yet or anything, and alas, I put it away in a pile and I never picked it up until about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I got this far, I added some of the ties, and I started working on this right around the time before I left to go to the beach, so like the week of 4th of July. And then I lost the 2mm hook that I prefer. What am I looking for? The 2mm hook that I prefer to use. So then I brought this one to the beach, and as you can see, it is now in 2 parts because it snapped while I was crocheting on the beach. So I did not end up finishing it while I was at the beach, and I was just kind of like whatever at that point. Right before I had left for the beach, I ordered a new pack of ergonomic hooks, and that's sort of where my excuses end, and I just sort of didn't pick it up. So let's finish this up. All I'm doing is literally just adding or finishing the bottom tie, and then I have to string it through. It should literally take me no more than an hour. It's currently 9:10. Let's see how long it takes. I'm ashamed to say that that took me less than 30 minutes to finish. Anyways, it's currently 9:34 and I'm done, and the one thing I'm thinking about is this. I think that instead of doing like this, I'm just gonna start decreasing into it, and that will make this like bunching right here not happen? I mean, it looks fine. You're fully covered, but I'm unsure. I'll have to think about it a little bit, just because I will say it does feel like the straps kind of want to roll off the tiniest bit. Not on this arm though, only on this arm. It might be because this one's not tight enough. Anyways, I think I'm on the right track, but I need to decide if I want to decrease into this. Okay, so next up on the productivity list, my getting things done list, is working on the yellow mini. This is the bottom to the mini, and I also have to do the two sides. I already did the front and the back. Hi, it is Friday. I didn't vlog at all yesterday because I had to edit a whole YouTube video, and then me and my boyfriend saw Oppenheimer, and the show was at 11:10, and the only place that had IMAX 70mm was at the Mall of Georgia, which is like an hour and a half with traffic away from me. So we drove there, did a little bit of shopping, and then went to Chili's. Not bad, not bad. And then we saw the movie, and whoa, that was a ginormous screen. Like, I've seen movies in IMAX before, but that screen was like, it was so big that you had to like walk upstairs to get to like the first row. So like the first row wasn't actually on the ground. It was like a floor above, and it didn't really have that many seats because it only had maybe like rows A through G, maybe, with like 20 seats on each row. So it was like a lot, but not a lot. But the screen was like, it was so big. And so I like, once I was sitting down and I was looking at it, I was like, how is this gonna look? Like, how is a movie gonna maximize the screen? And yet somehow they made it work. That was a really good movie in my opinion. It was definitely a big brain movie. Like, how do I explain? As like a philosophy student, I found like the moral and ethical obligation decision aspect of it very interesting. It also made me like, hot tea, for a second I was like, am I not doing enough with my life? Like, just wanting to be a crocheter. But then I thought about it, and I mean, like, yes, I want to be like a well-known crochet fashion designer, but that's not all I want to do with my life. Like, I enjoy the work that I do from my mom, which is a lot more hands-on, actually helping clients. And I don't think that fashion isn't completely self-involved. Like, I do think there is like a confidence boosting aspect to it. Anyways, I was like real big thinking. But we get through the movie, maybe like, we're like, the movie's 3 hours, so let's say we're 2 hours and 15 minutes in, and the screen goes black but the audio is playing, and so you're like, oh, maybe it's like a artistic fade. No, it just stopped working. And so, mind you, the movie started at 11 a.m. It is now 1:49 11 p.m. It's now 1:49 a.m. and the movie has stopped. They're like, oh, it's gonna take like 20 or 30 minutes for us to get this reset, so like, yeah, sorry. So we didn't end up getting back home until about 3:30 in the morning, and we had meetings in the morning at like noon. So I'm a little tired. However, they did give us free tickets for our pain, free IMAX tickets for our Pain and Suffering. This vlog will be out literally probably in October, but if you haven't seen the movie, I would recommend it if you want like a thought-provoking movie. Anywho, I didn't really end up getting too much done. I did end up wearing my beautiful blue cardigan, and because I wore it, I'm I'm getting ahead of myself. Because I wore it, I was able to like get a feel for like how I feel about it. And my big gripes are that this collar definitely needs to come lower because it's like weighing it down. Additionally, I'm very undecided about the slit part. I think I'm gonna end up liking the slit, but I need to make the skirt to see how the slit looks with the skirt to like fully decide. But that's the reason why I'm doing like 2 samples. I know that that's me, Mike and Ike's berry mix, berry blast. Anyways, I know it sounds excessive to make double samples. It is excessive, but I find so often that I finish one thing and there's like, it might be something minor, but something major enough. It's minor, it would be minor to a customer, but it's major enough to me that I'm like, I just wish I had one more time to practice it before I'm like selling it, you know? Plus it allows me to like get a feel for my audience. I don't know, I don't need to justify it to you. Anywho, today's Friday. Did I start this off by saying that? I don't know. It's currently like 6 o'clock. I do need to do a little bit more work, but I'm going to save that for later. Right now, I'm going to start on the skirt. When I was at the mall yesterday, I got this cutesy little mini skirt on sale from PacSun. That's a fun fact for me. If I'm buying fast fashion, it's on sale. I'm not paying full price. But anyways, I got this cute little mini skirt from PacSun, and I think it could be a good base for the skirt that I'm going to go with because I love a high-waisted moment. I do. However, I wore this today and I'm also like, that's cute. So let's measure this out because I think it would need to be a little bit longer than the skirt just because the skirt does have shorts on the inside, and I think the skirt, a crochet skirt with shorts, while doable, might be a lot for me to figure out right now. Yeah, okay, the skirt is about 12.5 inches. It's like just long enough with the shorts for me. So I would say I would probably want my skirt to be about 14 inches with a, so that's what, 14, let's say 14.5 inches, almost 15 inches. Let's say 14.5 inches. And then I would do like a let's say 14 inches. 14 inches with a 1-inch waistband. That's what we're shooting for. So yeah, let's get her done. Since it's 14 inches, the lunatic in me is like, I could finish that by the end of the weekend. I guess we'll have to see. Additionally, if I get bored of working on that, I would love to finish the timed pink bikini top because I would love to get photos of the pink look before my boyfriend leaves. But I guess we'll see when we get there. Hi, it is currently Monday, August 6th, I think. I don't remember the last day I talked. Maybe maybe Saturday. Honestly, probably not. Maybe Friday. This vlog has been, well, not even a vlog. Finding the motivation to crochet has been a little bit more challenging the past few days. I can't quite give you a reason for why, besides the fact that I've been pretty tired. And so I haven't really been staying up too late because I go straight to sleep, and I did in fact have a number of things to do this weekend. But alas, we got some stuff done earlier today, so let me show you. This here is one ball of yarn, and let me see how long this is. I'm still very much so undecided about whether or not I want this to be like a mini skirt or like a high-waisted mini skirt. My boyfriend wants it to be long, but he would always vote for it to be long. This is 6.5 inches. So did I already say that this is one ball of yarn? Well, anyways, this is one ball of yarn and it's 6.5 inches long. I already know that the waistband is going to be an additional inch, so that means that we're essentially at like 7.5 inches, and for it to be a mini skirt it would need to be about 14. Wait, let me see. I think I already showed this before, but this is the mini skirt that I'm modeling this mini skirt after, or the one I'm making after. This mini skirt is, where am I? Here. This mini skirt is 12 inches, kind of like 12.5 inches. I would definitely say that I would be more comfortable, just because this is a mini skirt, but it has shorts on the inside, so nothing feels as short as it is when it has shorts. So I think for me to feel comfortable, it would need to be at least 13.5 to 14 inches. So let's just go ahead and put it at, let's put it at 14 inches. So I need to do another 6.5 inches, so basically one more ball of yarn. And what is the width? The waist width is currently, I'm sure you guys would rather me show you what I'm doing instead of look at me while I'm doing it, but alas, we will worry about the camera angles on another journey. Okay, the waist is 34 inches, which is perfect because my waist is about, it kind of fluctuates between 33 and 34 inches, and because I want it to be a tie waist, I didn't want it to fit like perfectly tight. Like I wanted to have like a little bit of looseness on the waist, so at any given time that should be pretty good. Currently the increase is at only, what am I, the math, it's only at about 37 inches, and I need at least 6 more inches of increase. Let me stretch it out a little bit more. It is, okay, that got it to 38 inches, which would mean I need about 5 more inches of increase. So 37, 34, yeah, essentially a whole nother ball of yarn. And oh, last but not least, I typically do a 3-inch slit, but I kind of like this mini slit, so I was gonna measure to see how big this is. Yeah, the slit is right at 2 inches, so I would probably mimic that on this. So I will be essentially increasing to 43, potentially 43.5 inches wide on the bottom, and then doing a 2-inch slit. Would it be great if I could accomplish that tonight? You bet your bottom dollar. But I'm never gonna call like that. It's like a G. Anyways. So yeah, that is the update. Things are going a lot slower than I would have wanted, but when does it not go this slow? I mean, we literally spent what, almost 8 months on a collection that ended up being 1,000 times smaller than I thought. So such is life, I guess. Okay, so I finished my increases, and this is where we're at. This is 10.5 inches, and I think I will do a 2.5-inch slit, so that'll make this 12.5 inches, and then a 1-inch waistband. So all in all, it'll be about 13.5 inches. My goal is to get this done tonight. It's almost 10 o'clock, so wish me luck. It's a few days later and I'm honestly struggling a little bit. I got to I finished the slits and I did the first lining. I didn't fully line it though. And then I kind of just started thinking and I was like, it feels kind of pointless to be making this whole set, just because I initially felt okay about releasing this swim/summer collection at the end of August, but now I'm just kind of like, I don't know, that feels a little pointless to me. Like, I'm saying that I'm crocheting this for me, but I'm not even excited about it at this point, so then what's the point of me crocheting it? And so then I just didn't crochet for the rest of Wednesday, and I didn't crochet at all on Thursday, which is very odd for me, mostly because I'm also having some weird health things going on right now, so I just wasn't really feeling the best, but having this weird crochet block wasn't really helping. And yeah, I'm just kind of struggling. As of right now, have decided that at the very least I'll try to finish this blue skirt and make the adjustments to the blue cardigan. But then I'm like, if I'm gonna do that, then I might as well make the blue matching bag. And then I'm like, well, if I'm gonna make the blue matching bag, then I might as well make the yellow bag. And if I make the yellow bag, I might as well make something to match with the yellow bag. And I guess that's part of my problem. I don't need to have a matching bag for every crochet outfit or a crochet outfit for every bag, but I kind of feel like that's part of the allure, or at least those are the marketing things that I really like at the moment. I'm a monochromatic girl, and I just love being able to post a full outfit, you know? And while I still have the time to make a full outfit including a bag, I feel like why not do it? So, and the other thing is I don't really I'm trying to think of all these other ideas, but I really don't, none of them are inspiring me right now. None of them are making me want to not as excited as I was for my birthday stuff at the very least. I guess part of it could just be my post-grad blues is finally setting in. Maybe I'm starting to feel a little bit disappointed with how the summer went in my business. Maybe, yeah, I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm really trying to give myself grace, but also, you know, push myself to keep creating, because the worst thing I can do is just fully stop. I feel as of right now, what I'm thinking is I will finish the skirt, I will make the edits to the cardigan, and I will most likely make a coordinating bag, just because that sounds fun to me right now. Then I may finish the yellow bag. If I decide to finish the yellow bag, then I may think of something to do with the yellow yarn. If I do that, then I don't know where to go from there. The other thing that's pounding at my brain is the fact that I'll be in Paris in almost a month, and Paris and Milan, and obviously it would be ideal to have cool crochet outfits for there. So I'm am I wasting my time by spending time working on these things? Will even be seasonally appropriate for me to wear these things when I get to Paris and Milan? I feel that shouldn't be my biggest concern, but I'm also wouldn't it be so cool if I did a collection and I took those photos in Paris or Milan? I don't know. I feel that would be really cool. I feel that might add extra pressure to my trip, but I'm not sure. I mean, we'll see, I guess, yeah. I feel like I keep getting ahead of myself, like with my thinking. I feel like in all my like trying to plan in advance, it doesn't feel like I'm like it never feels like the outcome is what I planned for, which I guess is just how life goes. But it's a little bit frustrating, and yeah, I'm trying to navigate this the best way that I can, but I'm definitely starting to get a little bit frustrated with the results. The other thing that I think I'm struggling with right now is just like, it might just be because we're at like the point in the summer where it's just so hot, and my life is kind of like, since I work from home and stuff, I don't really need to like put a look together or anything, but I'm kind of getting bored with my fashion, if you can even call it. I'm literally wearing a big t-shirt and biker shorts. I mean, like, I enjoy this look. It's a very comfortable look, but the fact that I wore this out is like Taylor. And it's like, I have like 1,001 clothes and outfits. There's no reason for me to like be bored with my fashion right now. I just think that I'm in this like weird transition period where like I'm realizing I really am like post-college, and like life is moving, and I can either move with it or just kind of like drown, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. I think I'll probably take the weekend, like I'll still be crocheting and vlogging and stuff, but like take the weekend to like think about how I can like make things better and have a more positive outlook, and then hopefully try to start implementing things next week. Because yeah, between, like I said, my general weird outlook when like the way life's moving right now, my health things that are going on that feel really annoying, and then I guess that's kind of it. Oh, I guess the way crochet is going right now, I definitely need to like sit down with my planner and just journal things out a bit. So anyways, I am going to work on this waistband, and I guess I'll be back with a try on maybe. So last night I was actually able to make a pretty solid amount of progress. I completely finished the waistband, and I did the extra lining on the bottom, so all I need to do is make the waistband. Unfortunately, when I was working on the waistband, the like tie, you know what I'm trying to say, unfortunately when I was working on it, it like ended up coming out thicker than I wanted it, which caused me to spiral, and then I once again wanted to give up on the project. Thankfully today, instead of just like completely stopping to crochet for the rest of the day, I like slowly tried to like pick up something completely new. So I started working on another corset. Who knows when I'll finish that, but it was just nice to not completely lose the momentum of like me in the back of my mind wanting to do something, but also not wanting to, I don't know how to explain what I'm feeling right now. This is annoying. Anyways, I think I'm back on track. I think that I have concluded that I really want to see this set finished, purse and all, and I am going to, it may be a very long road, but I'm going to finish this set. Starting with redoing this tie so that it's not as thick. Maybe I can complete that real quick. I don't know, we'll see. That literally took me 20 minutes. Let's try it on. Here is the finished result. I did not, in fact, sew in the end yet. I suck, I know. I'm honestly really happy with it. I do wish that these ties were like the slightest bit longer, but it's nothing that's ruining the skirt for me. I feel like the length is pretty perfect with whatever I release. You can always opt to make it longer or shorter, but I think this is good. At least for now. Obviously I'm not like walking around a bunch, so maybe I'll decide to make it the slightest bit longer. But yeah, I really like it. I'm happy with like the low-waistedness. It doesn't feel like my butt's about to like pop out necessarily. The only thing I don't love is how long the waistband is, or the tie is, and that's probably the simplest fix. So all in all, pretty solid. I figured I would show it with the cardigan because this is my next piece that I want to conquer, just because, yeah, I think the angle got messed up slightly. Essentially, I want to bring the collar down. I want to take off this like extra slit bit because I think it's unnecessary, and I want to do a full line of double crochets so that this like looks more cohesive. And yeah, in general I would say that, does it look like I have abs? I do not have abs, but it's very much so give. Anyways, I'm LOL. I am feeling happy about this.